luncheon for 5.
For 5, sir?
Yes, 5. Mr. Wickham's aunt will be here. Mr. Wickham's at the station to meet her right now. That's the whole point, to meet Charlie's aunt. That's how I got the ladies to come, and this is their acceptance.
The Students' Club.
Commemoration Day is turning into a blasted nuisance.
To my degree. Just met old Fortescue walking along, and he informed me you shan't get your diploma unless you fill out this form. So I'm doing it right away.
Charlie, where's your aunt?
Oh, she wasn't on the train.
Wasn't on it?
When I read her letter more carefully, I found she'd be coming on the 12.
You numbskull.
Just like me, wasn't it? Brassett, now, where do I sign?
Charlie, your aunt will surely come, won't she?
Oh, how should I know? I've never met the woman. All I know about her is what I've read in those Sunday articles. She's frightfully rich, and she wrote she'd visit me. Oh, Jack, I've got to see Miss Bettigue today.
You will. And I'll see Miss Verdon. That's what I'm talking about. I've invited both girls here to lunch to meet your aunt.
They wouldn't accept. They couldn't.
They have.
Oh,
here it is.
But their guardian.
Old Spedhugh's gone out on a business appointment, so all we have to worry about is your aunt, the chaperone.
Hip, hip, hooray, Wickham!
Look, old boy, if my aunt is practical enough to marry one of the richest men in South America, she can certainly catch a train. Thank you, Brassett.
The young ladies are here, sir.
The ladies?
Yes, sir.
Here?
Yes.
Oh.
But I didn't expect them until... your aunt isn't here yet.
We can explain, we can...
Oh, hurry up.
This way, please, ladies.
So nice of you to come.
We were awfully glad we could come, weren't we, Amy? How do you do? Are you here too early, Mr. Wickham?
Oh, no.
The note didn't mention any time, so when Mr. Spettigue left, we left.
Or right after?
Yes, right after.
Not at all, not at all. We're delighted.
Yes, delighted.
And this is where you do all your work and everything?
Yes, yes. We do a lot of that sort of thing here.
I'm so glad you were able to come today. When you've gone off to Scotland, it'll be too late for... Well, what I mean is, yes, too late.
You have jolly rooms here, Mr. Chesley.
And one can see the Ashmolean Museum from here.
Yes, and we'll be able to hear the band.
Miss Verdon, have you forgotten the dance the other night? I never will.
No.
The few moments in the garden by ourselves were the happiest of all my life.
I wonder how many people have said that.
I know when you like it can be quite cynical.
I admit it, I am. I'm thinking of that man.
What man?
Of my guardian, Mr. Spettigue. He hurries us away from our best friends directly we get to know anyone.
What a dear old lady your aunt must be, Mr. Wickham. I'm longing to know her. Where is she?
Jack? Where is my aunt? Thank you. Why, she's, hardly arrived yet.
Hasn't come? Kitty, Mr. Wickham's aunt hasn't come yet.
Hasn't come? Then we'll go and do some shopping. Come back later.
Do you have to go?
My aunt will be here on the next train.
Amy, don't you think... Suppose we stay? Wouldn't it be daring and wouldn't it be fun? We just can't stay. See the way they're staring isn't being done. Oh, but mine is a perfect gentleman, and yours is the noble type. And for every perfect gentleman comes a time, and the time be ripe. Oh no, he wouldn't dream of trying to kiss me. It's not the sort of thing he has planned. He wouldn't dream of trying to kiss me, or even gently holding my hand. They wouldn't dream of trying to kiss us, for after all they're civilized too. But Amy, just to be on the safe side, we better get out of here before they do.
Suppose they stayed. Wouldn't it be daring and wouldn't it be fun?
They just can't stay. Don't be overbearing. It isn't being done.
Ah, but we're known as perfect gentlemen, the stiff upper Oxford type.
And for every perfect gentleman comes a time, and the time, and the time be ripe.
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of trying to kiss her. There's nothing more remote from my mind.
I wouldn't dream of closing that door there. I wouldn't dream of drawing that blind.
We wouldn't dream of trying to kiss them, for after all we're civilized too. But just to be a bit on the safe side, they'd better get out of here before we do.
Dream of seeing those rude songs, the sort of things old Burns boys done. He wouldn't dream of telling me stories that he could not repeat to his heart. He wouldn't dream of
I say, Jack, don't they look fetching? I feel happier since they've been here, don't you?
Yes, but I'll feel happier once our chaperone gets here.
Oh, rather.
Good afternoon. Oh, how's the costume, Wickham?
Well, it was this way. I had to go to the station to meet an aunt.
Yes, I saw your aunt. I saw both of them as I came along.
No, there is a real one coming at the station.
Very good, Wickham. In the meantime, I want to be sure your costume is there.
Oh, yes.
I don't want things to go wrong with the performance tomorrow night.
Oh, of course not.
Well, jump into it and let me give you an inspection.
I hope it's all right. I know my part. That's the one thing I haven't forgotten. I'm nervous, but reliable.
Wickham acts like a young man with a great many things on his mind.
Well, we really are in a bit of a jam. Planning a little luncheon, you know. No chaperone yet. And all that nonsense.
May I come in?
Dad, how marvellous.
My dear boy.
This is Wilkinson, who has charge of the theatricals. My father, Sir Francis Chesney.
Delighted you could come out for commemoration week, Sir Francis. Well, you'll have things to talk about. I'll see how Wickham's getting along.
Wickham? Be happy to see a roommate again, Jack. Had a nice chat last time.
Yes, of course, but I imagine you'd first like to go and look up some of your own friends.
Well, don't hurry me off, my boy. Wait till you get your check.
Oh, Dad, you know I'm not worried about the money. Thanks. You're a brick.
Bit overbaked.
No, a smart, bang-up sort of a chap one can talk to like a friend.
Jack, perhaps I should talk to you as a friend while we have the chance to be alone. I don't want to cast a gloom over your final days here, but there is something we're in together that you should know about.
Oh.
We're comparatively poor men, Jack. I find that along with the title, I've inherited the debts and difficulties.
But I thought that the...
Yes, I know, we all did, but the money I'd saved for you in India had to go for... Well, we settle up, my boy, don't we?
That finishes me with old Spettigue. Dad, couldn't this trouble of ours be settled by a wealthy marriage? Listen, Mr. Wickham's aunt, Donna Lucia Dalvadores, is coming here to lunch today. She's a widow and a millionaire. She went to Brazil when she was a young girl and was some sort of secretary to this millionaire fellow. Maybe you read about her. There was an article in the news. Not only rich, but a very charming woman.
Jack, I don't think I'd advise you to do a thing of this sort.
No, not me, Dad. You.
Me, you young devil? No, I shall never marry again.
Where are your things?
At the hotel.
Come back to lunch at 1 o'clock and, put a flower in your buttonhole.
Quite. And be sure you're on time for rehearsals tomorrow.
I'm reliable.
And practice your lines.
Be gone, my good man.
No, be gone, my good man. Just naturally, but with fire. Chesney?
Oh, no, never. Oh, no. Look at you. What an improvement.
Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer.
Charlie, this arrived for you. Going to surprise you at a later date. Oh, she's not coming.
Who's not?
Your aunt.
This is terrible.
Oh, your damn blasted aunt.
What a rotter.
This is my last chance. Tomorrow Kitty will be gone to Scotland.
Going to surprise you at later date. Your aunt.
What is it, Brassett?
The young ladies are here, sir.
Oh.
Oh, no!
This is tragic.
Let me get out of these things.
No.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, listen. You can be the aunt.
That's not even amusing.
I'm serious, Charlie. You can do it. They won't stay here if there's no chaperone.
I'll get a chaperone. I'll borrow one.
Really? You've got to do it to save us, Charlie. Shoot him in, Brassett. Now, sit down. Ready.
This way, please, ladies.
Are we here too soon?
No, just right.
Amy wants some flowers for Mr. Wickham's aunt. Has she come?
Yes. She's come. Donna Lucia Dalvadores, Miss Spettigue. Miss Verdon? Donna Lucia Delvadores. Charlie's aunt. Go on, say something.
Oh, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do, my dears?
How do you do? We called before, Donna Lucia, but you hadn't arrived.
We brought you some flowers.
Oh, how lovely.
I do hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
Oh, no. It was very jolly. I mean, pleasant. What do I do with these things?
Stuff them down your dress. Yes, I'll take the favour, Donna Lucia.
Mr. Chesney, I wonder. Mr. Wickham. Where's Mr. Wickham?
He's... Mr. Wickham's... Charlie's retired to his room.
He has.
Yes. Charlie's not feeling well. He's, a very sensitive fellow. After all, it is rather affecting seeing one's aunt for the first time.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes, I thought so.
Charlie pretends to be so carefree, but really, he's a poet almost.
Change the subject, say something.
But I don't know what to talk about.
The weather.
Charming weather. Charming weather!
Oh, yes, glorious. Donna Lucia, may I arrange these for you?
Oh, why, thank you.
This afternoon we'll take you to see the gardens and the cloisters.
You're staying, aren't you?
No.
What?
No.
No!
Mr. Chesney, I beg your pardon, sir, but I heard Mr. Spettigue
Uncle?
Oh, Spettigue.
Oh, no.
inquiring about your rooms at the gate, sir.
Your guardian, you must have returned.
Mr. Chesney, do send him away.
Come on, come on. Come on. No, not you. Stay here. Get rid of him.
Oh, but I don't know what to do.
Do something. You've got to.
I find my own way.
Oh.
Why doesn't somebody answer this door?
What do you want?
Want to see young Mr. Chesney?
Well, he's not at home.
And Mr. Wickham?
Gone away on a trip.
Now look here.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off at once. Oh, do not sit down, sir. I am not sitting, and I did not ask you to sit.
It's important that I should see that young Mr. Wickham right now.
Well, he's not present. I tell you that I am the only one present.
But the porter told me that the two young ladies, my niece and my ward, were here.
And I tell you that I am the only young lady here.
But he told me he saw them come in.
And did he not tell you that he saw them go out again?
No.
Well, after all, in your present condition, intoxicated, disgusted.
Madam, I am annoyed, but perfectly sober.
Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Be gone, my good man, and don't bother me any longer. Oh.
It was sweet of you.
It was wonderful.
Oh, you dear girl.
And you're a dear.
Indeed you are.
All right. That'll be enough.
They appreciate me.
Which is more than I can say for your nephew.
What's dear Charlie done now?
He's deceived me. He isn't in there.
He isn't? Oh, that noble boy. He has risked his life climbing out that window to do an errand for me.
He has.
Yes.
Oh, here's my father. Come on.
Boy.
Miss Pettigrew, my father.
How do you do?
Charlie.
Miss Vernon, my father.
How do you do?
Delighted. Well, Jack, has she come?
Yes, she's come. Donna Lucia Delvadores. My father, Sir Francis Chesney.
Oh, no.
How do you do, Sir Francis?
This is Charlie's aunt from Brazil.
Brazil?
Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Luncheon is served, sir.
Dad, will you take Donna Lucia?
Lovely, Donna.
Aren't we going to wait for Mr. Wickham?
Wickham, yes. Where's your roommate?
He's
Keeping an important rendezvous for me. An urgent matter.
Yeah, I think he'd prefer us to go ahead.
Oh, my. What a pretty flower.
Do you like it? Will you accept it?
Why, thank you. I'll have it stuffed.
Uncle!
Mr. Spettigue.
Right after all, when that old fool of a woman told me you weren't here.
Mr. Spettigue.
Silence, sir, don't address me. And this is the way you take advantage of my absence.
Mr. Spettigue, won't you
Don't
allow me to
address me,
explain?
Mr. Spettigue, won't you listen?
Oh, go away. Don't interfere.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off at once.
Please remember, sir, that there are ladies present.
I disapprove their presence. I wish you to return with me at once.
Jack, will you
Come
introduce me?
Certainly. Mr. Spettigue, this is my father, Sir Francis Chesney.
And this lady...
Oh, no, pray don't introduce me. I have already been sufficiently insulted by that old hound. I mean, gentlemen, already.
I can only say that I was very annoyed on returning home prematurely from a business appointment to find that my ward and my niece
We're invited here to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt.
Indeed.
There is no indeed about it, sir. I repeat, to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt.
In my mind, it matters little.
To my mind, it matters everything. Therefore, allow me to introduce you to Donna Lucia d'Alvadores.
Donna Lucia d'Alvadores?
Mr. What's his confounded name, Jack?
Spettigue.
Mr. Spettigue.
The famous millionaire. What a mistake. How do you do?
How do you do? I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
Go on, he's apologizing. Ask him out to lunch.
Well, I thought you were rude. But if you apologize, you know.
Well, I really am. I'm very, very sorry.
You'll join us then?
If you wish it. Am I forgiven?
Forgiven. Oh. Will you accept this then as a peace offering?
Oh, my flowers.
It's the band and, Charlie's not here yet.
You young people run on ahead. We'll join you at the restaurant.
Perhaps we'll find Mr. Wickham at the parade. Let's hurry. Oh, yes, we mustn't miss it.
See you at lunch. You wait here.
Donna Lucia, allow me.
No, allow me.
Oh.
Sunlight on the trumpets, here they come with the banners flying high.
I'm a happy sort of feeling, and a bright gleam of pride is in my eye. And it's a wailing, they come from a pity of the square.
And I know in a moment I'll be cheering, and my best Sunday hat will be high in the air for the new marching society of students, conservatory band. You were smoking, put up with Napoleon with all those deadly instruments in hand. There are those who favor the Philharmonic flavor, but to me, the finest in the land is the new Ashmolean marching society of students, conservatory band.
They march only slightly out of tune. They play just a trifle out of tune.
There's just a suggestion in the oboe.
after lunch?
I've saved the day, but the time has come to get back into my own clothes. If I don't make some explanation to Amy, she'll be absolutely done with me.
Can't quit now, Charlie. What will you tell old Spettigue?
I've already told him to wait. I want to test his love.
And we had so much at stake. How could you behave so badly? Throwing things, acting like I don't know what. Why couldn't you be nice to Spettigue?
I just popped him on with the deviled egg.
Why did you do it?
Frankly, I don't like him. I think he's a bit pushy. I want to be loved for myself, not my money.
But Charlie!
No more back Charlies. This costume goes back in the box, and I'm going back to Amy.
No, it's not. You're going to stay right here.
Oh, out of my way.
No, you stay here.
I'm not staying here at all. Get out of my way. I think it's in the cornucopia. It's been all over the eye. Oh, why, here's that dear child again. Oh.
I have been sent on a mission. Amy is with a gentleman, and I'm to find out when Donna Lucia is to return.
Soon, I think.
No, not soon. I may disappear, you know. Just disappear. I'll send word by Charlie. As they say in Brazil, goodbye.
My guardian is already greatly upset. And if Donna Lucia were to leave without saying goodbye...
But we are alone for the moment.
So we are.
Miss Verdon, I'm in honor bound to tell you something frankly.
Oh, please do.
No, not that sort of thing. This is serious.
Oh.
The question is, will you wait?
Wait. What for?
The point is, I intended to make a straight-out statement. My future's been altered. My father's told me some bad news and all that. But the point is, will you wait?
What for?
I could get a job, Kitty. I mean, could you? I mean, Miss Verdon, would you? Oh, confound it, you do have such a devastating effect on me. You know, I can't even think what to call you. Oh, my darling.
That's a pretty name.
Till a moment ago, we were Mr. and Miss, discussing the weather, avoiding each other's eyes. Till a moment ago, when we happened to kiss, and we kissed the Mr. and Miss goodbye. Now at last, I can sigh. My darling, I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day. My darling, I've fluttered and fled like a cast, darling, my coverage just fell out away. Now all at once you kissed me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say, except my darling, meant to do and what I must do to make absolutely clear to you how poor, how terribly poor I am.
You know very little about me. Don't you know I'm much too fond of you to let him understand me?
Oh, Kitty.
No, not Kitty. My darling.
My darling.
My darling.
I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day.
My darling, I'm fluttered and fed like a starling. My courage just melted away. Now all at once you kissed me, and there's not a thing I'm sane enough to say,
Except my darling, get used to that name of my darling. It's him.
Jack, I need a word with you.
And I want to tell you something.
No, this is important.
I'll run back and join the others.
Jack, having thought it over, I have decided that you shall continue with the career eventually mapped out for you, and I have determined to take your advice and marry a lady of wealth.
Well, Dad, if you've fallen victim to some young and lovely...
Oh, no, Jack, she's not young and she's far from lovely.
Dad? Who do you mean?
Donna Lucia Dalvadori.
Donna Lucia? Oh, no, this is impossible.
Impossible? That's not the way the army makes love. I'm going to get myself a rattling good stiff brandy and soda to bring me up to the mark.
Oh.
Ah, well, we've decided to put in an appearance, have you?
I'm getting quite fed up with his sarcasm.
Listen, Charlie, he's just...
Indeed, it is. You're sure I must be having hallucinations.
Miss Bettigue.
My guardian became restless and went for a walk. So we came to get you.
Perhaps we can find him.
It would be a pleasure.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
Really, Mr. Wickham?
I do wish you could understand. You know, have a little blind faith.
How blind?
Oh, that's not fair. I can account for all of my unaccountable actions quite simply, when I get time.
It will be very interesting, I dare say. In the meantime, are you sure you don't want to lie down again or jump out the window?
Don't you believe that there are some things that can't be explained?
Yes, like wireless telegraphy.
If you like, but that's not important. The thing
I
is...
think it's very important. And if your consideration for me isn't sufficient...
No! The really important thing is we're pressed for time, and if your uncle takes it into his head to whisk you off to Scotland before I've done it.
And before you've done what?
Talk to you about, well, about our future.
Our future? Our future will be marvelously exciting.
Exciting?
For progress is the thing there's no sense fighting.
Progress?
They say it will seem like emerging into the light. Rather dismal penitentiary.
What are you talking about?
The 20th century?
Oh, Amy, don't change the subject.
I've just read a book on what's to be expected. They'll have wireless telegraphy perfected, electric lights and fountain pens, and machines by which a lie can be detected.
Oh, Amy, what about us?
Horseless carriages on the road, breakfast cereals that excite you.
Yes, I know. Someday they'll have horseless carriages that fly. Horseless carriages, and someday they'll be roaring all about the sky. But who knows when that age of miracles will come to me? So meanwhile, darling, make a miracle and marry me. Someday they'll have stereopticons that move. Stereopticons appearing in cathedrals larger than the Louvre. colossal.
Gigantic.
But who knows when that great, great cultural event will shine. So meanwhile, darling, make a miracle and say you're mine.
I can't believe it, no, I
And I will see the wonders of the future in your eyes, brightly gleaming wonders that I challenge modern science to devise. Oh yes, I know that someday, when we've both grown very, very old,
Oh, so very, very
old enough to marry someone rather bright, will cure the common cold.
British, never the British.
And someday, just a small white will fade off firmly. But meanwhile, let's have steak and kidney pie. And meanwhile, let's be sure our feet are dry. And meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and marry me.
What's the scary just I can't believe it, no, I stereotypes, I can't believe it, no, I
Someday, they'll be wearing skirts way up to here.
Skirts way up to
Wearing
here.
skirts way up to someday, with a neckline equally sincere.
Here into the future.
A vision that alas I may not be alive to see. But meanwhile, darling, make a miracle and marry me.
Wearing skirts way up to here, can't believe it, no, I
Someday, life will be one sweet domestic dream. On that sweet domestic someday, they'll be heating cottages with steam.
Not the British, never the British.
But somehow, country warmth is hot until that dream comes true. Yes, meanwhile, darling, make a miracle and say, I do.
Eating cottages, I can't believe it, no,
And I will see the wonders of the future in your eyes, brightly gleaming wonders that I challenge modern science to devise. Oh yes, I know that someday, when your mind keeps harboring a grouch, someday Dr. Bones will place you on a couch and listen to your sad, sad story for a handsome fee. But meanwhile, let's get one big Morris chair. And meanwhile, tell me all your troubles there. And meanwhile, darling, make that miracle and marry me.
Savages, I can't believe it, no, I
Marry me.
I can't believe it, no, I
Marry me.
Skirts way up to here, can't believe it, no, I
Amy,
Yes.
aren't you going to give me an answer of some sort? Mostly affirmative.
Well, I do like you.
Hooray!
Oh, Uncle.
Ah, here you are. I've been seeking you. We're going home now.
Home?
Where's Kitty?
You're not going to take them away so soon.
Indeed. You.
Why does everybody seem to take that tone when referring to me? I was absent for a reason. I was doing some important things for my aunt.
See your aunt.
Yes, you've met her.
I have indeed. And I'll tell you this. She's learned a strange code of manners living among all those foreigners. I've been pushed, spattered with egg, abused, and kept waiting for an interminable time. I've had enough of it. I'm going home with my niece and my ward now. Without further ado.
Oh, but you can't take them away so soon.
Oh, please, Uncle.
You hear me?
Oh, but...
Fetch Kitty.
Oh.
But Mr. Spettigue, you can't leave now. My aunt, she'll be broken-hearted.
The way she treated me.
Oh, but Mr. Spettigue, don't you understand, women? That was just nerves. My aunt, she's a woman of strong emotion, and she confessed to me that you affected her like chemistry, and that she was ashamed of herself, and in your presence she became girlish and silly. She wanted to hurry back to you, but, well...
The way she spurned.
Oh, it's love, Mr. Spettigue. My aunt, oh, she's a woman of strong emotion. She wanted to hurry back to you, but she had business to do, writing letters to 2 or 3 of her banks. I'll tell her you're waiting. She'll be right down, I promise.
Writing letters to her bank, you say?
Yes.
Well, I'll wait. If there's one thing that I hate, it's the thought of acquiring a mate, especially one with a face like a hatchet, a voice like a duck, and a figure to match it. Short of sight and long of truth, with a walk that's decidedly funny. And yet, if there's one thing I love, it's money. And since she has oh so much of it, I'm all for the golden touch of it. Lucia, Lucia, you come to your window, smile. Lucia, Lucia, oh please ask me in for a while. Lucia, Lucia, tonight at your side I must dance to be close to the warmth of your lips, your heart, and your cool 20 million in cash. Lucia, Lucia, oh precious one, give me a sign that you're willing to make my life thrilling. Oh precious one, say you'll be mine. Lucia, yoo-hoo.
I love your voice. Just like an elephant in the mating season. I want you to spend the whole afternoon with me.
Oh.
Do you like to hunt?
Rather.
Well, hunt for me.
They must be playing a game.
Now we won't have to return home.
I must wait for my father. I'll join your journey. Charlie.
Shut up! put this thing on and do a couple of turns while I talk to Amy.
Well, something important has come up. I want to put you on your guard.
On my guard, oh, thank you.
My father's going to propose to you.
He is? Well, I'm not going to marry him. I'll see him hanged first. Oh. Say he's taken you by surprise, but whatever you do, refuse him. I'll refuse him, all right. I don't like some of the things he said during lunch about your roommate being a worthless fellow. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Oh, I'm not being ridiculous at all. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, and return 2, 3. And that's the way we do it in Brazil.
Ah, dear Donna Lucia, there you are. Your friends are waiting for you, Jack. Donna Lucia, do you know that meeting you today for the first time, as I have done, is to me like a lonely traveller coming across some bright little floweret by the wayside?
Do you mean me?
Yes, Donna Lucia.
Oh. Ooh.
Do you know what a man longs for when he's wretched, desolate, and alone?
A drink?
No, Donna Lucia, he longs to plant in his own heart that dainty little floweret.
Oh, does he really? How lovely.
Yes, Donna Lucia, and I have come all the way from India to find it.
Well, you must be tired. Do sit down.
But I'll waste no more words. Donna Lucia, will you be my wife? Will you be my dainty little flowerlet?
Well, you see, you've taken me so much by surprise.
Then I may hope?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, I'm in a more peculiar position than I can ever explain.
And no words of mine can alter your decision?
No! You see, there is a fundamental barrier between us. You don't like Charley.
Charley?
My dear nephew, of whom you spoke so ungraciously at lunch.
I thought it very rude of him not to be there.
I could never love anyone who didn't love Charley. Oh, looks like a busy day for me. Oh.
Chilton! By Jove, what a relief. Indeed, I should be charmed.
I'm looking for Mr. Wickham's rooms.
Wickham?
Is something wrong?
If you can find him, you're a better man than I am. I mean, you'd be a better woman. I don't know what I mean. I've just been through quite an ordeal.
I'm so sorry.
But he lives quite near. I should be delighted to show you.
You don't remember me.
I'm terribly sorry, but
Aren't you, or weren't you, Lieutenant Frank Chesney?
I was.
Have you forgotten the day you first embarked for India?
No.
Then the evening before?
Lucy! Good gracious! And to think at that very dance. Why, it's practically like something out of a book. And now here you are. You must see my son. He's a splendid fellow. He and this Wickham chap are entertaining 2 young girls and a lady from Brazil, Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Who?
Do you know her?
Well, yes, I see. You mean they're expecting Donna Lucia?
Oh, no, she's here.
Here?
That's Donna Lucia now.
Well, I beg like to meet her. You see, I too have been abroad and only recently returned. I too am a widow.
And your name now is?
Mrs. Mortimer Smythe.
It seems only yesterday we parted.
Then you do remember.
Perfectly, and the dance, you were in white, all tied up with blue.
Like a chocolate box.
On the contrary, like a breath of spring, like something frightfully poetic. As a matter of fact, it was spring.
As a matter of fact, it still is.
By George, you're right. 'Twas a bright blue sky and the lark sang high on a bough that was blossom laden. And I had my eye on a certain pretty maiden.
'Twas a perfect day in the month of May, and the sun was a golden yellow. Remember?
I do.
And I had my eye on a certain handsome fellow.
The lady they call springtime all but swept me off my feet.
She filled my heart with promises, extravagant and sweet.
And now again we meet. She hasn't changed a bit.
I don't know how she manages it. Springtime, you're looking lovelier than ever, lovelier than ever before. Still irresistible in the same old gown of green. Still irresistible as that lilac-scented scene when I was 17. Springtime, you haven't changed your way of whispering that romance lies in store. Springtime, you're being and lovelier than
Springtime, you're looking lovelier than ever, lovelier than ever before. Still irresistible in that same old gown of green. Still irresistible as that lilac-scented scene.
I was 17.
Springtime, your haven't changed your way of whispering, whispering that romance lies in store.
Springtime, you're being devastatingly clever.
and refuse him at once.
I couldn't refuse him until he proposed. No lady could. I shall find myself in the divorce court before I know where I am.
Just went ahead, old Spettigue. Look here.
I'm not going to marry old Spettigue. I could never be happy with a man like that. What a horrible thought. You don't know the things he keeps saying to me.
What things?
Come here.
Come on, Charley, tell me.
No, you're too young. Yikes! Here he is now. Oh! 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 Oh!
Mr. Spettigue, can I have a moment of your time?
Have you spoken about it to my uncle?
He really didn't give me a chance.
Amy
He's
says
in a
I must
hurry.
get his. Amy says I must get his consent in writing,
In writing? Why?
so he can't retract.
That may be difficult.
And do you know who's the one to do it? Charlie's aunt.
Well, she's been rather on the go just lately.
Oh, I'm having so much exercise this afternoon. Oh,
We want to ask you a favor.
oh, of course, dear.
Donna Lucia, I'm in love with Jack.
You are, dear? Oh, how perfectly adorable.
And Amy's in love with Charlie.
You are, dear?
I think so.
Oh, come to your old auntie. Oh. What seems to be the matter?
Nothing. You wouldn't understand. Amy, must you be so emotional at a time like this? It's easy for you to talk. Amy thinks that Charlie doesn't love her.
Oh, he does.
Why does he desert me?
Oh, Charlie will be back. Now, you put your little head down here. And you put your little head down there.
Look, if it's all the same to you...
Oh, Jack, do go away.
Yes, do go away. We three girls want to be alone. Oh.
Mr. Spettigue is my guardian. And under my father's will, he gets nearly all my money if I marry without his consent. We want you to get him to write a letter giving consent to our marriage.
Oh, very well. He'll do almost anything in the world for me.
You see, you're the only one who seems to be able to...
Oh, yikes! Here he comes now, the Hound of the Baskerville. Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh!
Come on, Amy, they've gone into the garden. Oh, no, I think I ought to wait here for Charlie. Charlie's a nice boy, a dear boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, through and through. Charlie's a nice boy, a sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, so loyal and so true. I am his wonder, the wonder, the wonder, the wonder, the wonder, and place. So when my Charlie's company, I put around his agony, just to close my eyes and picture his face, and picture his face, and picture. That picture of that woman, that picture of that woman, and the piano in his room. That picture of that woman in white and a border ostrich blue. That woman, that fussy old woman, that woman in the picture, that woman in his room. Oh, shit, a woman in his room. That woman, I want sweet boy, a fine boy, a good boy, so loyal and so true. I am his wonder, the wonder, the wonder, the wonder, the wonder that lives. No other living relative. That's exactly what he said. No other living relative except his aunt. For all the rest are dead. He has no sister. Then, exactly who is that woman, that woman, that woman in the picture, that woman in the picture, and the piano in his room? That woman, that woman who I have no doubt in hideous French perfume. That woman, that gaudy body Venus, that woman's come between us, that woman in his room. Oh, woman in his room. That woman, for this you have to answer, for this you have to answer. Oh, why am I so suspicious? She's probably some dancer, just a lady my Charlie doesn't even know. Just the cover of a program of some London show. Charlie's a nice boy, a sweet boy, a dear boy, a fine boy, a good boy. True, true. I shall be patiently waiting when Charlie returns from that urgent rendezvous. A French word. I've seen it in a novel. Rendezvous meaning that woman, that woman, that woman in the picture, that woman in the picture, and the piano in his room. That woman who, and no doubt is cast, the smell of my intended groom. It's ended, all ended, there are perfumes. I thought of love and dying, it's begun to bloom. Oh, the shame of it, a woman in his
Gents will do anything.
Oh, Amy dear, there you are. I have a message from Charlie.
About a woman?
Yes, you. He loves you tremendously. Just tremendously. He said himself if he were here, he wouldn't dare tell you, but...
We've been trying to catch up with you.
So, I brought you some flowers.
Oh, how lovely. I've been looking everywhere for you.
We're all just in time for some tea.
That's a lot I want to say.
We must have just missed each other.
I've got a lot to say to you.
Oh, here we are.
Oh, how annoying.
Jack, allow me to present Mrs. Mortimer Smythe, an old friend, may I say, a very dear one.
Donna Lucia Dalvadores, Miss Spettigue, Miss Verdon, Mr. Spettigue.
And what about Mr. Wickham?
Wickham?
Is something wrong?
No.
Sir Francis said he would be here with you.
I've given up trying to find where he'll ever be.
Is there anything wrong? You see, I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil. Where the nuts come from?
No, nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, I was only hoping that Mr. Wickham would be able to tell me where I could find you.
Me?
Yes. You see, I knew your late husband intimately.
Charlie, whatever is the matter? She knew my late husband intimately. Oh. Yes, she knew my late husband intimately. Oh.
Would you like to get out into the garden with
Oh,
me?
no gardens, intimately. Well, what of it?
You must entertain.
I'll try and pull myself together.
Donna Lucia. Will you pour tea?
Certainly. Oh. Do we all take tea? You are? One for you. Oh, there you are. There's one for you. And one for you. There's one for you. And one for you.
You haven't been in England long, have you?
Change the subject.
Change the subject.
No. Do you take sugar and milk?
No, do you take sugar and milk?
You get you on so nicely.
Ask her if she takes sugar and milk.
Do you take sugar and milk? Oh,
I should like some milk and sugar, please.
oh really? Oh. Now, how many cubes?
Just
What? Two.
Nuts! Nuts!
Oh! I'm so sorry. My hair. Oh.
give it.
Now you've upset him thoroughly.
Don't you believe it? Nothing would upset him. I'm awfully sorry.
Don't mention it, Donna Lucia. We all have to caper once in a while.
Oh, Donna Lucia always liked to caper. You see, I know a great deal about you, Donna Lucia. You had quite a reputation.
I did? But I'm all right now.
Oh, people seem to think you were all right then.
All right. I was extraordinary.
What part of Brazil did you live in?
The residential part.
No, I meant the name.
Oh, that. Our town was named after a bottle of wine. What was it now? Pernambuco, yes.
I see. Tell me about the Brasileiros.
Only the nicer girls wore them. Lovely people. Lovely people.
Do you speak the language?
What language? Oh! Buenos dias, Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, ole!
Interesting. Do tell us more.
Oh, no.
Please. It's so fascinating.
You really must. I want to know all about you.
Well, Brazil is situated, isn't it? Brazil is the land not only of nuts, but of romance. And I stepped in that place looking a great deal like dear little Amy.
Like me? Oh, isn't that sweet?
Pernambuco, I'd be happy to tell you, but you'd hardly believe me. Picture it, if you will, the light that greeted me. I stepped off the ship with high ideals and a small traveling bag. At first I was frightened, especially of that wonderful man with the big moustache. He was brutal, but attractive. He was a good boy, a fine boy, a rich boy. So I married him. Oh, the romance of it all. We used to make love all night long and sit in the hot sun all the next day, cooling off. Oh, the romance of it all. And sometimes I can still hear those sounds. And smell those smells. And wish I could live the whole thing over again. Fancy I do.
Less comments from the galleries, please.
Look by the lens, not by the ladies, by the lens. Ready? Expressions. Smile. No, wait, gentlemen. It's a best something. Intelligence, maybe.
That's asking too much, really.
Hold it, please.
Wait, where's Charlie?
By Jove, that's right.
Wickham hasn't arrived.
He gave me his word he'd be here.
He will. He's been terribly involved.
Where is he?
I'm not quite sure.
He wasn't at the club. He wasn't in his rooms. Only Miss Burton's guardian and some old lady.
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie?
Why did he ever work?
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home?
From this most auspicious day, gentlemen, we embark on the stormy sea of life to voyage, each of us determined to make his mark. Strong and upright, certain to survive the glorious class of '95.
They will say, oh, Freddie Smith, there goes a great tycoon. They'll be writing it in praise of Humboldt, Governor General of Rangoon. One will be the subject of a play. As for Wickham, they merely say,
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam?
From a life so lovely,
Does Charlie still nip the body? How many visits can he go? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming home?
I can see his anxious bride, poor little darling dear. I can see her waiting at the altar, waiting for her boy to appear. I can hear each wedding guest point out the usual state of
Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam? Where is it? He goes to visit Hong Kong, Pakistan, or no? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming home? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? Why did he ever roam? Does Charlie still in the body? How many beaches can he go? Where's Charlie? How's Charlie? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? Home, 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 home. Where's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming? When's Charlie coming?
Look closer, closer. Heads together. Expressions? Yeah. And last intelligence. Good.
I had to be photographed first. I promised the fellows. I'm their vice president, you know.
Yes, but before that...
I was doing some important things for my aunt. Oh, if you don't believe me, you can ask her.
Now I can't find her.
Auntie will be back.
We want to take it to the ladies' dressing room.
Oh. The where?
Whatever is the matter?
The ladies' dressing room?
Well, she has to be with us until we meet my uncle, Mr. Wickham. And if there's some other woman in your life...
Oh, no. I've never thought of any other woman but you. Not since last Christmas when we kissed under the mistletoe.
Did you notice that?
Oh, don't be sacrilegious.
It was sort of sacred. And I'll trust you. I mean, I'll try. Only tell me what to expect.
Very well. Now, here's the plan. I'll send Auntie to meet you, and I'll get there as soon as I can.
When you can? No, I trust you.
Amy, you know, there are some ladies who are just ladies, but you're... Well, after we're married, I can tell you better. I caught you, sir, having a look at her as she went strolling by. Now, didn't your heart beat boom, 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 and didn't you sigh? A sigh. I warn you, sir, don't start to dream of her. Just bid such thoughts be gone, or it'll be boom, 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 boom. From then on, for once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever fascinated by her, sets your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy, tear up your list, it's Amy. Ply her with bonbons, poetry and flowers, moon a million hours away. You might be quite the fickle-hearted rover, so carefree and bold, who loves a girl and later thinks it over, and just quits cold. Ah, but once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever, sweetly you'll romance her. Trouble is the answer will be that Amy'd rather stay in love with me. Once in love with Amy, always in love with Amy, ever and ever fascinated by her, sets your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy,
always in love with Amy. Ever and ever fascinated by her, sets your heart afire to stay. Once you're kissed by Amy, tear up your list, it's Amy. Lie her with bonbons, poetry and flowers, moon a million hours away. Trouble is the answer will be that Amy'd rather stay in love with me.
Ah,
you go?
Oh, well, I just thought... Oh, look there! See what I mean?
Whatever's the matter, Donna Lucia?
Claustrophobia. It's a kind of disease Brazilians get when they go into the ladies' room. How do you do? How do you do? Oh, how do you do?
This isn't a real ladies' room. It's a man's room assigned to ladies. That's what makes it so different, see?
It's different, all right.
Besides, there's nowhere else to go, so you'll have to stay here.
You must stay with us until we bring my uncle.
Very well. I'll just sit over here and think of other things. It's awfully hot in here.
I think it's quite exciting being in here when we're not supposed to be.
Oh.
They're right out there. Yet no man can pass the magic line into the signal.
He can't.
Not unless he's a terrible bounder.
And you, ladies, would never associate with such a man, would you?
No.
I thought not.
What are they talking about?
Oh, they're telling naughty stories.
Men are so exciting, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no. Women are exciting, too. Oh, yes.
There they go again. It's a patchwork of ladies with musicians inside.
No, that one.
That reminds me of a very funny story that Don Pedro used to tell.
Tom who?
Your late husband, you know.
Oh.
Don Pedro del Vadores.
Yes, I know his name, but I don't hold with such frivolity.
You don't mind telling a story, do you?
Of course she doesn't.
Well, Don Pedro once found one of his servants tipsy, very tipsy. So Don Pedro, whom the man did not recognize...
Why? Was Don Pedro tipsy?
The man was tipsy?
Oh.
Don Pedro was, of course, most abstemious. That makes the point of the story. So, Don Pedro said to the man, "What would Don Pedro say if he saw you like this?" And the man said, and that's where it's so funny. The man said, "Oh, that's all right. Don Pedro's often like this."
Was tipsy?
Yes.
Ha, ha, ha. I'm sick from laughing. That reminds me of one. Do you know the one about the two? Oh, no, you don't know that one.
Begun.
Not yet, but everyone's meeting now to walk over.
She's so humorous. You must get her to tell you the story of Tipsy. It'll wreck you.
May I come in?
Oh, why, Francis, how punctual you are. That's most flattering.
Good evening, Donna Lucia.
Jack.
Oh, good, we are all here.
Lucy and I are going to stroll on ahead. Jack, we'll meet you over there.
Right.
Goodbye. We'll look for you. Have you spoken about it to my uncle?
I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, but the whole thing hangs on that Donna Lucia is waiting for him.
Hey, here.
Oh, evening, Reggie.
Going over. Where's Charlie?
Oh, had to attend to some things.
Oh.
We must find my guardian. Men are so absolutely helpless. You're waiting for me.
Why didn't you let me take you then?
Well, I suppose Charlie wouldn't mind too much.
Did you see that? Just like a woman, though, isn't it? Oh, I'm on the firing line, and the minute my back is turned...
Charlie, what are you doing?
I'm quitting. I'm through.
Oh, put this on, you idiot.
No, I'm not putting anything on.
Oh, be sensible, Charlie.
Don't get me mad, or I'll let you have it.
She just had to walk over to the ballroom with somebody. That doesn't mean anything.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Well, Brassett, what is it? Did you hear anything?
Not a word.
Speak, man. Don't gurgle.
I have a message, sir.
Well?
Miss Verdon said she's found Mr. Spettigue and she's bringing him here.
Here?
Oh. Yes, sir.
Oh, now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'll talk to that old buzzard.
Oh, put the petticoat on. Your future's at stake, you know, just as much as mine. You don't want our girls to be taken off to Scotland, do you? Help me with this, Brassett.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Will you please take your hands out of your pockets, sir?
Come on, Charlie. Here's your skirt.
Oh. It's all right. I wasn't using that eye anyway.
Sorry, old chap.
All right, sir?
Come on, take a spigot.
Oh.
But of course, you never studied Latin, did you?
Oh, hurry up. Oh, it's running around.
There you are,
Done,
sir.
I think. Is it all done up?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Come on, Charlie.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, hold it. Tally-ho.
Jack. Come on, he's here. Mr. Spettigue wants to be alone with one of the cheer.
Keep him for a second. What did she say? She said, oh, Spettigue wants to be alone with Donna Lucia.
Oh, hurry up and do this thing up. Oh.
I think we're done, Charlie.
How am I behind?
Very good, sir.
Good boy.
Now, Brassett, pack my dress clothes and take them to the ball. There's a little room up there I can change.
Very good, sir.
Now send up old icy fingers.
Guess who?
Dr. Livingston?
No.
Sir Francis Chesney?
No.
Now, let me see. It feels like a turkey. It is a turkey! Oh.
Lucia, we are alone.
Hey!
With music and you and the perfume of the night.
Oh! 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 Time? Did you bring the letter?
Letter?
The consent in writing.
Oh, it slipped my mind.
But I am angry with you.
Oh, Lucia, don't say that.
Oh, but I do. After all the promises you made, to treat me like that.
Why, what do you mean?
What do you think I am? Some cheap little thing you dragged up from the gutter?
Oh, of course I don't.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh, well. Oh, oh, oh.
beside me. I'll write the letter now.
All right.
And can we announce our engagement?
Yes. Meet me at the ball.
It's done. I was like an arrow.
Go straight. Oh, I say. What devils we women are.
Darling, shall we tell them together?
Did you bring the letter?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
And now we're engaged.
we are engaged.
Darling, I'm not going to start disappearing again, are you?
Uncle, we couldn't believe you'd come to the ball.
Oh, indeed, yes, indeed. I've something to tell you. Something I think will please you. Situated as I am, a lonely widower, charged with great responsibilities, my ward, my niece, a good fairy has, as it were, tripped into our lives, bringing with her unexpected joy and delight. Under her influence, I've consented to the engagement of my niece with a young man in whose honor and probity I have the fullest confidence, Mr. Charles Wickham. Unfortunately, Mr. Wickham has been absent on some important...
I'm here. Charlie, old boy. Jack.
Good to see you again, Wickham.
Thank you,
Is
sir.
that wonderful? Do you know... Oh, Mrs. Mortimer Smythe.
Oh, of course Oh, no, I mean, how do you do?
Would you mind saying that again?
Which... Oh, do you mean no, how do you do?
Uncanny. Well, as I was saying, unbelievable. Charlie?
Yes, Stephen.
Where's your aunt?
Oh, she's resting in the other room. Something must have happened which upset her emotionally.
I'd like to see her.
Again?
Just once more, just so that we can be quite sure.
Well... Get her. Certainly. Only it's been such a short visit.
Now, where were we?
My engagement, Uncle.
Oh, yes. And you too, Kitty. Charmed by irresistible spells, I've consented to the engagement of my ward with John, the only son of my friend, Sir Francis Chester. Oh, Sir Francis. But what would you say for third engagement? Our good fairy, no, let me add without further metaphor, a name which is as renowned in the southwestern hemisphere as that of Rothschild in Europe, has consented to become Mrs. Stevens Pettigrew. I refer to our good friend, Donna Lucia Dalmadores.
Dear Charlie told me that you wished to speak with me. And here's a letter that Mr. Spettigue has signed.
Pardon me?
Yes, dear?
Where's Charlie?
Resting in the other room.
Well, I should like to see you.
Again?
Just once more.
Well,
Shall I call him out myself?
No. You see, I'm the nearest of kin.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, I had to be the chaperone. It was for your sake, believe me.
Oh, of course, Amy, of course.
What is this?
Mrs. Pettigrew, when one is in love, one...
This is infamous! Infamous!
You've already given us your permission.
You forgot that we had the letter.
No! That letter obtained me under fraudulent pretenses.
Ours, Uncle.
Give it to me this instant. I demand it.
Allow me.
I'll sue you for this, and the contents of your father's will is mine.
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Donna Lucia Delvadores.
That he is not Donna Lucia Dalvador.
No, but I am.
My aunt. She forgives me.
You'll pardon me if I retire. As for you... No, you're beneath contempt. My flower!
My nephew.
My goodness.
My darling.
My darling, I've wanted to call you my darling for many and many a day. My darling, I fluttered and fled like a starling. My courage just melted away. Now all at once you kissed me, and there's not a thing I'm saying not to